This is Katie Lopez with the Tampa Bay Chamber, and I want to thank and welcome the viewers for tuning in to our 2024 candidate interview series for the Pinellas County Board of County Commissioners. The Chamber focuses on policy, not politics, and while we do not endorse candidates, we do want to make sure that our members and the business community are informed of where candidates stand on the issues that are most important to them. We are excited to welcome Chris Scherer, running for District 1. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
So, as we head into this home stretch towards Election Day, can you give us a brief 30 seconds or less update on your campaign and what message you want to deliver to voters?
Yes, my campaigns are going very strong. I have a lot of support here in Pinellas County. And the message to the voters is that I want to save Tampa Bay and the intercoastal and our beaches. I want to save them from wastewater treatment plant spills and a stormwater system that has failed. I believe that real estate taxes are way too high in Pinellas County, and we must cut them to make Pinellas County affordable. And I believe that the red tape, the bureaucratic red tape in Pinellas County, is stifling businesses and making things more expensive for all of us.
How can the county government use its authority and its resources to direct job growth that's inclusive of diverse talent?
The Pinellas County Commission, if they would like to improve job growth, we need to cut real estate taxes. The real estate taxes in our businesses and for our residents is too high. If you want to attract businesses to Pinellas County, the first thing they're going to look at is the cost of housing. And right now, the average price house in Pinellas County is almost $500,000. If you add a 2% tax, real estate tax on that, you're looking at a $10,000 tax bill. Now, our first responders can't afford that. Teachers can't afford that. And many of the people that we're trying to attract to Pinellas County to bring their businesses, their employees will not be able to afford a $10,000 tax bill. So we must get our tax bill down in order to attract new jobs to Pinellas County.
A key duty of county commissioners is to construct, approve, and implement a budget. What one area of county services do you feel most needs additional resources? And should any part of the county budget be shielded from cuts?
We do not need to be cutting taxes or budgeting. We do not need to cut the budget for our first responders and for our EMS and for our critical services that protect and provide emergency services to our residents. That's our first function of government. We don't need to cut that, but we do need to cut spending in a lot of our departments. And the first place that I want to look to cut spending is operating expenses. Operating expenses are through the roof. It's a line item that doesn't get much attention, but if you add all the operating expenses, the line items up, and all the different departments in Pinellas County, you got about $700 million worth of operating expenses. If we can just save 5% there, that's a lot of money. It's significant money. Next, after that, the next place to save money is through our infrastructure program on what we build and how we build it. We need to implement a new system which will encourage cost savings with our contractors that we hire to build our infrastructure, through a system that we will use for value engineering. And I'm a contractor, and I want to get involved in that and drive the cost down on what we're spending for our infrastructure.
Housing affordability remains a top concern for residents and the business community as we seek to recruit and retain a strong workforce. What zoning or policy changes would you support to address the growing workforce housing needs in Pinellas County?
First and foremost, we must cut our real estate taxes. They're too high. You can't escape it. The tax bill on a house, $10,000, but more than that, the average tax bill on an apartment is now equivalent to 2 months' rent. So we must cut taxes to provide more affordable housing. Also, I believe that Live Local is going to provide a lot of opportunities to provide more housing in Pinellas County. But what's holding that back, the development of all these new homes and apartments, is the red tape that's involved. I just built 32 homes in Pinellas County. I built them in 11 months. It took me 2 years to get the permits. We have to cut the red tape so we can bring product to market faster, and that'll bring the cost of housing down as well.
Transportation challenges continue to weigh on our region. What do you see as an opportunity for investment in innovative transit alternatives and mobility options?
We need to completely rethink PSTA. PSTA in Pinellas County, our transit system, was invented in it was founded in 1984, before the cell phone was invented. Now we need to rethink the system. The PSTA currently has 15,800 customers, less than 1.5% of the population. They have a $200 million budget. Okay, that's $12,800 a year per customer. That's a lot of Uber rides. All right, so we gotta rethink our system. Yes, we're gonna need some buses, but we gotta get rid of this idea that we need big giant buses running all over the county and closing our lanes. What we need is less big buses and more point-to-point transportation utilizing the technology what we have today.
Of all the issues confronting Pinellas County, which single issue is most important to you and why? And what would you do about that if you are elected?
We are destroying our number one economic asset, Tampa Bay, the beaches, and the intercoastal. We're destroying them with wastewater treatment plant spills and with the stormwater system that is failing. We are killing our seagrasses. Old Tampa Bay is dying. We're feeding the red tide. We spend millions and millions of dollars to bring people to Pinellas County, and then they can't get in the water because their eyes are burning. Yes, red tide does exist in nature, but when you feed it, it makes it so much worse. So we have to invest in our infrastructure and rebuild our wastewater treatment ponds, our wastewater treatment plants, and our stormwater system. I'm a general contractor. I have built these systems, and I know how to fix them. And I want to get to the Pinellas County Commission to lead the charge to rebuild our environmental infrastructure.
Where can voters go to learn more about your campaign and your position on issues that are most important to them?
You can find me at shearforpinellas.com. Also, you can find me at Chris Scherer on Facebook, Chris Scherer for Pinellas. Pretty simple. And I have a clearly detailed list of my priorities. And so I would ask them to go there.
Chris Scherer, candidate for Pinellas County Board of County Commissioners, District 1. On behalf of our members and our board of directors, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us and your willingness to serve in an elected office. This concludes our candidate interview.